Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny here with a free preview of some college football. We're going to talk, you heard it right, I said football. We're going to talk a little college football here. We're going to preview the Big Ten. With me to do that is our man, Tim Earle from Earle Sports Bets. How we doing, Tim?
Oh, I'm excited. We get some football, and this conference should be interesting this year. So we'll see
I
how
think
it
it's
goes.
going to be a lot closer than it was in years past. Let's put it that way. So let's get after Big Ten college football preview with Tim Earle. Take it away.
Yes, and we'll talk about four teams, and they're probably the big four teams that everybody wants to know about. Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and then Wisconsin. I'll talk on the opposite side. We'll go over Michigan State first. I'm taking their over, and no, I'm not being influenced or held at gunpoint by Lenny. I promise you that. Was that good? Okay.
Good job. Good job.
Okay, cool. I looked at their schedule, and Central Michigan, they should get that one. Richmond should be a win. Washington, it's at Michigan State, so they should be able to win that one. Maryland should be able to beat Maryland. Iowa, not super high on Iowa. Rutgers, not super high on Rutgers. Michigan could be a toss-up. It always is. Minnesota could be a little bit difficult. Nebraska, win. Ohio State, probably a loss. Indiana, Penn State, both of those are kind of up in the air, but 5.5 wins, you're saying that Michigan State's not going bowling this year? No, I think with their schedule, I think they'll be able to get the first at least 4 wins in the first 4 weeks. But I'm taking them over their 5.5 at plus 160. We'll go over to the Michigan Wolverines. Their total is 10.5. And as much as I joke around about them losing the first game to my ECU Pirates, it's not going to happen. They do have a somewhat easy schedule, but I look at it. ECU, win. UNLV, win. Bowling Green, win. Rutgers, win. Nebraska, win. Minnesota could be a little bit tricky in Minnesota, but they probably win that one. Indiana could be a little bit tricky. Michigan State's always a toss-up. Purdue can always pull off an upset. Penn State could be really good this year. Maryland, win. And Ohio State, I think they lose to Ohio State. So if I think they lose to Ohio State, they have to lose one other game between Michigan State, Purdue, Penn State, and ECU. So I think they lose one of the three against the Big Ten teams. I'm going to take them under their 10.5 at plus 105. And on the vice versa, I'm going to take Ohio State over because you look at their schedule and it's nothing impressive. Indiana, Youngstown, Western Kentucky, Notre Dame, Maryland, Purdue, Penn State, Wisconsin, which we'll talk about Wisconsin a little bit. I think Ohio State beats them. Rutgers, Michigan State, Minnesota, and Michigan. They could have gone undefeated this year. They could legitimately go undefeated. The only one that I have a little bit of question marks about is going to Notre Dame. Because that's always a tricky rivalry game between them, but I'm not super sold on it. I'm taking them over the 10.5. And why is there Wisconsin plus 750 in my thing? I took a shot for them to win the Big Ten. Do I actually think they're going to do it? Probably not. But when you look at it, I think they have a really, really good shot to make the championship game at the bare minimum. In Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, and Purdue all in the West with them. I don't see anybody touching them. I think Wisconsin's the overwhelming favorite. Their new coach coming in. I think they have a solid – I think they have the schedule to do it. Buffalo, Washington State, Georgia Southern, Purdue, Rutgers, Iowa, Illinois, all easy games, all games that they should be able to win. Then they go to Ohio State. Tricky, but that's a winnable game. Illinois, Northwestern, Nebraska, and Minnesota. They don't have to play Michigan this year. So I think they have a decent shot to put themselves up into the top of the West standings and make themselves a side in the championship game. And then all of a sudden I have a plus 750 when they go up against either Michigan or Ohio State in the finals. And I'll take a 750 with that when their money line is probably going to be 300, 400 in that championship game, especially after those two teams play each other. So I'll take a shot with Wisconsin plus 750 to win the Big Ten, and we'll grab the other win totals as well. When I'm betting futures, I don't like to bet those stupid futures, the plus 110s and stuff. So
that's fair. That's fair. I agree with you on a lot of fronts here. My favorite bet here. I mean, I'm a Michigan State guy. We all know that. Sparty party till I die. But over 5.5 at plus 160. I think they have a night and day different year from last year. So I'm on Spartans, but that's for homer reasons. One thing though, point that I did like that you brought out was there's so much competition in the East, and there's very little in the West. And the East is just stacked with Ohio State, Michigan State, Penn State. Those, all of those, that division is crazy talented. Where the other division is kind of just showing up. So, but Wisconsin's good flyer though. They're going to make it. They'll make it to the championship game, and that's why they play the game. So, anything can happen at that point. So, don't forget, if you're looking for more of Tim Earle and Earle Sports Bet's premium plays, use the promo code Picks. Use the promo code MLB to save 20% off at picksandparlays.net. Till then, Tim's breaking down a few teams for you in the Big Ten, giving you a whole little snapshot of the preview of college football in the Big Ten Conference. Don't forget, look out at picksandparlays.net. We'll have all kinds of more college football previews, NFL previews, everything like that on our YouTube channel. I'm Detroit Lenny with Picks and Parlays. That's Tim Earle, Earle Sports Bets. Good luck unless you're against us. Take care.